Welcome, sports fans, back to the Lakeland's Football Show, sponsored by the Index Journal. We're glad to have you with us. My name is Jimmy Faulkner. I'm glad to be back here as well. Have some things keeping me from the show, but we've got a great one for you here today, as the Greenwood High School principal, Mr. Chad Evans, has joined us here. Glad to have him here with us, and I'll start things off after that by turning it over to Mr. Michael Christopher.
Hey guys, Michael Christopher, sports editor. I'll be at Whitmire Ware Shoals, so follow me on Twitter for that game, and then I'll turn it over to our reporters here.
Hey everybody, I'm Sarah Spencer, sports writer here, and I'll be at Emerald at Palmetto. About an hour drive, but it's okay, I'm going to make it in one piece, and looking forward to it, so follow along during that game.
And I'm David Roberts, sports writer, and I will be at Greenwood, Wade Hampton Friday. So you can follow me on Twitter, that's where I'll be.
Really getting in the thick of things with football season now, and we'll go right to the prognostications. All right, to start things off, first game we'll go with is Greenwood Christian 1-4 at PD Academy 2-3. Who you got, Chad?
I'm going with Greenwood Christian. I know they've got a few injuries right now, and I hear PD Academy's got a pretty good team, but I think that Greenwood Christian will be able to win this one.
It's a tough call. I'm going to have to go with PD just because Greenwood Christian's missing so many starters on both sides of the ball. I think that's going to be really difficult to overcome. Once they get a few guys back, maybe they can find a rhythm, but I got to go with PD on this one.
I'm with you on that, Sarah. I'll take PD as well. Second game we'll pick here is Newberry Academy 1-4 at Lawrence Academy 1-4. What you got?
Jimmy, I'm going with Lawrence Academy because I know you're going to pick Lawrence Academy.
That's exactly
What makes
what
you
I'm
think
going
that?
to do.
Where'd you get that?
That's for you, my sweet daughter.
I don't even know what you think. I'm kidding.
I thought this was the LA Dodger logo. Okay.
They changed colors.
That's right.
This is the SCISA 8-man
Suddenly.
region opener for Lawrence Academy. They got their first win last week. They were dealing with some injuries, kind of like Greenwood Christian was, but at home against a similar Newberry Academy team. Lawrence Academy in this one, guys.
I'll be there running the chains. Daughter will be cheerleading. All right, third game this time around. We got Calhoun Falls Charter 1-3 at McCormick 0-5. Surprisingly, who you got?
I'm originally from Calhoun Falls, but unfortunately I'm not going to be able to pick the Blue Flashes today. I'm going with McCormick. Even though they're 0-5, you said?
That's right.
I feel like they'll get back on track once they get into region play, so I'm going with McCormick.
Smart man. I think they pick up their first win. Mateo Durant should be pretty close to 100%, so I think he's a better football player than anyone they have on defense. So I got McCormick.
Me too. Sounds unanimous. All right, now we're to Whitmire at Ware Shoals. Whitmire 2-4, Ware Shoals 2-4. Principal?
I'm going with Whitmire. I feel like Whitmire will show up and be ready to play in this game. Whitmire Wolverines.
How about that?
Yeah, I got to stop you on that one. Whitmire struggled pretty mightily defensively and offensively. Ware Shoals wins this on their homecoming. I don't see them dropping this one.
I'll go with the Purple Hornets. As hard as that is to do, Purple Hornets is who I've got. All right, we'll move on to Eau Claire 0-5 at Saluda 4-1.
I don't think Eau Claire has much of a shot in this one. I'm going with Saluda.
I'm with you on this. Saluda's won 4 games in a row. First game of the season, they dropped. Malik Brooks kind of injured in that one, but since he's recovered, it's just really turning into like a really strong offensive season for him. So I think I'm going to go with Saluda.
I've got Saluda too. My notes here are saying that Saluda is now ranked number 9 in 2A now. Strong this year. I'll go with Saluda as well. Moving on to Emerald 1-4 at Palmetto 4-1.
I think Emerald's record does not really indicate the kind of athletes they have. I feel like they've got some pretty good athletes over there. Now, Palmetto is very good. They've got a really good team, but I think Emerald may get back on track this week. I spent 11 years of my career coaching at Emerald, and I'm going to pick the Vikings this week.
Okay. I've got to pick Palmetto on this one, and this is the game I'll be at, so make sure you follow along. I don't think Emerald's quite hit its stride yet. It's having some problems with consistency. So until that happens, maybe it'll happen this Friday, but I've got to pick Palmetto this one.
I got to go against you too, Chad. I got Palmetto.
Picking on
I'm
the
like Lee
principal.
Corso this week.
I know.
Against everybody.
Where's the headgear?
I know it.
Okay.
All right, we'll move on to Clinton, who's 2-3, at Chapman 4-1.
Chapman's had a really good offense this year. They got a lot of playmakers on offense. I feel like Chapman will beat Clinton.
Yep, I like where you're going there. Third highest scoring team in the state, just over 47 points a game. Only losses to 4A Union County, and Clinton has to go on the road. I like Chapman.
Wow, yes, I know saying Chapman here, number 7th in 3A, and I'll have to go with Chapman as well. Then we'll move on to Lawrence Raiders at Hillcrest. Lawrence 1-4, Hillcrest 2-3.
Lawrence has really fought the injury bug a little bit this year. Hillcrest, they still have a lot of athletes. Just a few years ago, won state championship. I feel like Hillcrest will come out on top in this one.
Smart man. I'm also going with Hillcrest as a former graduate there. Hillcrest is averaging about 21 points a game, allowing about 21 points a game. Lawrence, just with the injuries at quarterback and some key skill positions, just will have a tough time. So go Rams.
I got Hillcrest in that one as well. Now moving on to Greenwood High School here, 4-1, at Wade Hampton 4-1.
Yes,
What
sir.
do we have here?
There is no doubt that I feel like Greenwood will come out on top. Coach Pippin has the guys playing hard. They believe in themselves. We got a really good coaching staff, got great kids. I feel like we'll get to 5-1 this week, 1-0 in the region.
First region game. If Greenwood can just stop shooting themselves in the foot, flagged 25 times over the past 2 games, they need to put together a complete performance, and I think they can, and I think they will. I got Greenwood.
There you go.
I've got Greenwood too. Hard not to when you sit beside the principal. Go Eagles on that one. All right, the game of the week this week is Hartsville 5-0, 4A versus the Abbeville Panthers 5-0-1 with that tie with Lincoln County. Who you got, Principal?
This is a tough one to pick. Even though Hartsville is a 4A school, they're very good. I'm going to go with Hartsville, but I really think Abbeville, this may be their only loss of the year, and I also think they'll win the state in 2A this year. So I think tomorrow night, I think Hartsville will win the game.
I do as well. It's hard to root against Abbeville. Abbeville's terribly strong, and I agree they will win a state. But I'm going to pull for Hartsville in this one. Not pull for them necessarily. We'll be pulling for Abbeville, but I'm picking Hartsville to win.
It's kind of crazy to think that with as good as Abbeville's been, we can still consider them like David in the David and Goliath scenario. But going up against such a powerhouse, it's hard not to pick Hartsville with all the talent they
Yep,
have. But
that's
Abbeville's
true.
Abbeville's strong too. That's a tough call.
Yep, talked to Jamie Nichols, Abbeville's coach, this week. He had 2 words for me, Davy Crockett. He knows they're going to be outnumbered, but I got to go with Nichols. I'm going Abbeville.
Nice.
Yeah, as a so-called expert on this panel, as a sports editor, I even had to go to my expert, Lou Bajak at the state, and I said, what's this game going to be like? And very physical Hartsville team, a lot of depth. Abbeville,
Right.
unfortunately, just doesn't have that depth. So I'm going with my expert and go Hartsville in this one.
It's a close call. Very close call.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
Next
thank
crowd.
you. Yeah. Thank you guys so much for joining us and tuning in. Thanks for being here. We
Thank
appreciate
you.
it.
I appreciate it.
Appreciate it so much. If you have questions or comments, you can email it to sports@Index Journal or comment below on YouTube. We're happy to hear an answer. And then next week we're gonna have Toby Chappell, Greenwood County Manager, here. So don't miss out. Make sure you read all our stories from Friday night, and we'll see you next time.